Welcome to the This Week in Astrology video forecast. This is episode number 53 for the first half of September 2015. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Benjamin Bernstein of astroshaman.com, coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm an astrologer, shamanic healer, and awakening activator, and it's my pleasure to bring you these astrology forecasts. So what's new for this first half of September? A Virgo solar eclipse with a special chironic emphasis on health is our headlining skylight for the first half of September. Venus turns direct and conjoins Mars, and 4 challenging T-squares all fire up within 9 days. Jupiter tangles with Uranus, and the Sun, Mercury, and Mars aspect numerous outer planets. Things are heating up as autumn approaches. So what's old as we come into this forecast period? We've got a waning moon. Venus is retrograde through September 6th, and other retrograde planets include Ceres, Pluto, Vesta, Neptune, Chiron, and Uranus. We've also got several grand trines still in play that we talked about last time. And as a heads up, just because it's coming shortly after the end of this forecast period, Mercury turns retrograde on September 17th. So maybe you get some new things started before that happens if you have new things to roll. It's kind of a little tricky. You really don't want to start major new stuff with Venus retrograde either, but we will have a several-day window after Venus turns direct and before Mercury goes retrograde. We'll have some wiggle room for that. So here is the forecast for the individual days. On Tuesday, September 1st, grandiose expressions of romantic love are supported by a Venus-Mars conjunction in Leo, both planets at 15 Leo. Other ways to use this conjunction include share your creativity with the world, co-leadership, having fun with a friend, and exuberant connection with those you love. Caution: when relating with others, be sure to focus on we more than me. Leo can be very egocentric. Also on Tuesday, September 1st, 4 T-squares fire up between August 30th and September 7th. The one that starts on August 30th, I did not mention it last month, and I'm starting to introduce it now, involves the Sun, Pallas Athena, and Neptune. The briefest of these T-squares, it peaks on September 4th and ends on September 9th. This T-square is great for manifestation. I recommend starting by asking Spirit to inspire you with a broad vision of what will serve your highest good. That would be Neptune and Pisces representing that. Then use your rational mind to work out the details and create a plan for its manifestation. That's both the Sun in Virgo and Pallas Athena. Then move forward in a spirit of practical creativity and feminine assertiveness, accomplishing your goals by persuasion and cleverness rather than brute force. And that's all represented by Pallas Athena. Also, on Tuesday, September 1st, the second T-square lasts nearly 4 weeks, beginning today, September 1st, peaking on September 7th and ending on September 27th. It features Mercury, Vesta, and Pluto. One way to use this T-square is by focusing on gathering or communicating with others. That's Mercury in Libra. Why? To initiate or add energy to the service of a higher cause. Vesta in Aries. With what outcome? Positive transformation for yourself and for all those involved in the good work you're doing, and that would be Pluto in Capricorn. One possible flavor of this T-square can involve sacred sexuality, supported by the energies of Pluto, Vesta, and Aries. On Wednesday, September 2nd, how many cool ways are there to use a Jupiter-Uranus sesquare? That's a 135-degree aspect, and that's with Jupiter at 5 Virgo, Uranus at 20 degrees Aries. How about a quantum leap in your religious path? A revelatory insight about the meaning of life, or some wild-ass crazy celebrating? With Jupiter in Virgo, how about service through your spiritual path in a way that makes abundant use of the talents you most enjoy using? Or catching an intuitive flash that inspires you to do some well-organized traveling or higher learning? You have some time to creatively combine these multifaceted archetypes. This Jupiter-Uranus sesquare came into orb on August 21st, is exact here on September 2nd, and moves out of orb on September 15th. On Thursday, September 3rd, how you experience a Mercury-Neptune quincunx, Mercury 8 Libra, Neptune 8 Pisces, can vary with your level of spiritual awareness. If you're still identifying with your ego, you're more likely to experience mental confusion or drifting thoughts. But the more you experience yourself as pure awareness, the more this aspect will open the door to inspirations, leading to helpful adjustments in your life. On Friday, September 4th, the Sun, Pallas Athena, Chiron T-square that begins today is a close cousin to a T-square already underway. And that close cousin is Sun, Pallas Athena, Neptune. But this new T-square ends 8 days later and has a decidedly different flavor. This is due to Chiron, who embodies wounding, healing, mentoring, and high-level spiritual teaching. One way to use this T-square: take an organized, methodical approach to improving your health or focusing on devoted discipleship. That's both Sun in Virgo and Chiron. Support this process by assertively and strategically, that's Pallas Athena, interacting with your caregivers or teachers, that's Chiron opposing the Sun there. The same ideas, just reversed, apply if you're the caregiver or wisdom giver. This Sun, Pallas Athena, Chiron T-square begins here on September 4th, peaks on September 10th, and ends on September 17th. Also, on Friday, September 4th, the Sun, Pallas Athena, Neptune T-square that started on August 30th peaks today, again that's September 4th, and ends on September 9th. On Saturday, September 5th, write down the details of the most helpful changes you'd like to call into your life, and then take organized action to realize them. With the Sun trine Pluto, Sun 13 Virgo, Pluto 13 Capricorn, transformation can come more easily. Also on Saturday, September 5th, any grand trine that hangs around for a month and a half is likely to attract a kite point. And so it is with the Venus, Pallas Athena, Uranus grand trine that began back on August 18th. Mercury is starting to split the difference between Venus and Pallas, adding a focal point to this aspect pattern. The basic meaning of the grand trine as described on August 18th in my forecast there remains the same: comfortably embracing your authentic feminine nature. This is true whether this means Venusian softness, Pallas Athena's firm assertiveness, or some combination thereof. Now that you've had over 2 weeks to get comfortable with this grand trine, the new Mercury kite point in Libra invites you to embody your authentic feminine nature with other people. The kite version of this grand trine begins here on September 5th, peaks on September 17th, and ends on September 23rd. The underlying grand trine continues through October 5th. On Sunday, September 6th, Venus, who's been retrograde since July 25th, turns direct today at 4:29 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. This ends her 6-week retrograde, which you've hopefully been spending reflecting on your relationships, creative expression, finances, and values. Venus backpedaled through Virgo and Leo, so the themes of health, service, and efficiency, that's Virgo, as well as leadership, performance, children, and playfulness, that's Leo, were also up for scrutiny. Now that Venus is direct, the door is open for you to take appropriate action in these areas, but don't wait too long unless you're in no hurry. As I mentioned at the top of the show, Mercury's next retrograde period, also better used for reflection than initiating action, is September 17th through October 9th. On Monday, September 7th, yet another September T-square kicks off today, this one designed to rock your thoughts. Mercury, Uranus, Pluto. Paradigm-shattering revelations can come at you like grenades out of an RPG launcher under this high-octane aspect pattern. If one of your sacred cow concepts gets challenged, be willing to reconsider it. It might just flat out be wrong. Or you may become aware of a larger, more magnificent truth that encompasses it. This is the idea of the holon. There's always a greater reality encompassing the one you're aware of. And what if every truth you held dear had a larger truth surrounding it that you didn't know about yet? With Mercury in Libra, how can you change up your communication habits so that your interactions with others are more harmonious? It's amazing how people will open up to your ideas when they enjoy interacting with you. This Mercury-Uranus-Pluto T-square begins here on September 7th, peaks on September 17th, and ends on September 26th. The Mercury-Vesta-Pluto T-square that began on September 1st peaks today, here on September 7th, and wraps up on September 27th. On Tuesday, September 8th, Mars aspects 2 slow planets today. First up is a Mars-Chiron quincunx, that's Mars 19 Leo and Chiron 19 Pisces. Grandstanding attacks or wounding incidents are possible under this aspect. but you can direct this aspect's energy positively by assertively making adjustments to promote healing, or by working with a mentor to refine your performance or leadership skills. Also on Tuesday, September 8th, Mars' second aspect is more comfortable, a Mars-Uranus trine. That's Mars 20 Leo, Uranus 20 Aries. This aspect makes it easier to take immediate action on your intuitive flashes and to show the world the authentic human personality you came here to express. Those in the spotlight can use this energy to whip out a show-stopping performance. On Wednesday, September 9th, watch out for less savory ways of using a Mercury-Pluto square. That's Mercury 13 Libra, Pluto 13 Capricorn, which include verbal attacks and duplicitous scheming. High side uses include the sensitive sharing of challenging truths and in-depth research or detective work. On Thursday, September 10th, all things Virgo, including health, service, and detail work, are granted inspiration and stability by a Sun-Saturn quintile. That's Sun 17.5 Virgo, Saturn 29.5 degrees Scorpio. Also on Thursday, September 10th, the Sun Pallas Athena Chiron T-square that started on September 4th peaks here on September 10th and wraps up on September 17th. We have no major astrology events on Friday, September 11th, but on Saturday, September 12th, a Sun-Chiron opposition, Sun 19 Virgo, Chiron 19 Pisces, can most obviously be used to incorporate healthier habits into your life. The opposition, the angle of relationship, suggests getting information or assistance in this endeavor from a mentor or other support person. Also, on Saturday, September 12th, the Sun also quincunxes Uranus today, Sun 20 Virgo, Uranus 20 Aries. This aspect supports our health theme and offers the opportunity for significant breakthroughs if you make the proper adjustments. On Sunday, September 13th, there's a solar eclipse, our headline event of this forecast. That's happening again here on Sunday, September 13th, 2:41 a.m. and 13 seconds, U.S. Eastern Time. And the moon and sun are both in Virgo at 20 degrees, 10 minutes as that happens. This new moon on steroids is a powerful time to initiate or re-energize service to others, health-promoting activities, and more efficient systems and procedures. In terms of the aspects, every slow planet except Neptune aspects this eclipse. Wow. Most powerful is a tight opposition from Chiron. Chiron echoes Virgo's love of health and healing, making this a dominant eclipse theme. Making use of mentors, guides, or spiritual teachers is also resonant. These are Chiron themes, while Virgo can represent the disciple. A tight Uranus quincunx empowers rapid change when the appropriate adjustments are made, and a loose Pluto trine can make release and transformation easier. 3 asteroid goddesses also aspect this eclipse. A loose Juno conjunction asks you to analyze and improve your committed partnerships. A Pallas Athena square invites assertive action with a subtle touch. And a loose Ceres trine can assist with your financial prosperity and self-esteem, the latter being a common Virgo challenge. This eclipse's Sabian symbol is a girls' basketball team. One way to interpret this is with an emphasis on cooperation, something that comes more naturally to women than men. What group endeavors are you part of? Are you looking out for number one, or are you serving the interests of the group? You may discover that serving others, especially in a way that makes good use of your unique gifts, brings you the greatest joy. I know that's certainly true for me. We have nothing more to report. Both Monday, September 14th and Tuesday, September 15th have no major events. But in a second, I'll tell you what's coming up on our next forecast. So what's on the next show, I'll tell you in a moment. But first, a few very quick announcements. Information on everything that follows is in the What's New section of the homepage of astroshaman.com. This coming weekend, as I record this, I will lead a shamanic awakening ceremony at the 2nd annual Lovolution gathering held in the Blue Ridge Mountains near Asheville, North Carolina. Billed as a reunion of the Heart Tribe, the event takes place Friday, September 4th through Monday, September 7th. I will present on Saturday, 3 to 4:30 p.m., and I'll be doing a shamanic awakening ceremony. Over 30 heart and mind opening workshops and ceremonies will be happening, as well as sacred songs and music. I did it last year, and it was a delightful experience. In addition, on Sunday, September 27th, again in the Asheville area, Kimberly Crow and myself are going to facilitate another shamanic breathwork event. Again, that's Sunday, September 27th, 1:30 to 7. Register promptly to get a discount. And mark your calendar in December 11 to 13. Shamanic Breakthrough Weekend, Burst Past Your Limitations. It's going to be facilitated by Robert Six Owls and myself at Isis Cove, an hour west of Asheville. And details will be on my site soon about that. They're not up quite yet as I record this. Now, what is coming up on our next forecast period? Well, eclipses always come in pairs at least, and we are in fact having a lunar eclipse in Aries during the second half of September. As I mentioned, Mercury will be turning retrograde. Saturn will enter Sagittarius. When Saturn changes signs, it's a big deal. We're going to have the Sun entering Libra to create the fall equinox. Jupiter opposing Neptune is a major aspect pattern we'll be talking about. Mars does a bunch of stuff. It's going to sesquiquadrate Pluto and square Saturn and enter Virgo. We'll have a brand new T-square, yet another one to report. And as you can see, the theme of fall intensity continues. And as always, I will be here giving you the best uses of these astrological energy, because nothing in astrology is inherently good or bad. It's just information. I really am more of an educator than a predictor. And if I can help you understand the high side uses of all these energies, then you can have a much more wonderful experience with them. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my Benjamin Bernstein YouTube channel to be notified when I post new videos. And if you like this video, please share it on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're hanging out online. This free video forecast is a partner project with iTunes #1 astrology podcast, This Week in Astrology. That's also free. You can get my semi-monthly astrology forecast in writing by subscribing to my free email newsletter at astroshaman.com. Once you're there, you can also link to my Facebook page where I post daily forecasts. My personal services include astrology, shamanic healing, and awakening activation. All are equally effective in person or long distance. My guarantee makes my services risk-free. If you don't feel that your experience was helpful, there's no charge. I also offer other great products and services, many of which are free. To learn more, visit astroshaman.com. Thanks again for watching. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.